Good morning and welcome, my dear medical students. In my last lecture, I was talking about the cardiovascular system. The cardiovascular system is built up of three components. One is the blood, second is the heart, and third is the tubular system, made up of arteries, veins, capillaries. So a system made up of the highly specialized connective tissue, the blood, the central pumping organ, the heart or cardia, and the third is the vessels. In my last lecture, we have seen the highly specialized connective tissue, the blood. Sorry. In this lecture, I will talk about the central pumping organ, the heart. The heart is the central pumping organ, fibromuscular organ, lying in the middle mediastinum. This is the sternal angle. Second rib is attached to the sternal angle. Sorry. So the middle mediastinum is occupied by the heart and initial part of the great vessels. This is the xiphoid process. So heart lying centrally, it is pyramidal shaped, occupying the right 1/3 and the left 1/3 of the middle mediastinum. The heart, fibromuscular, central dual pumping organ. Dual, it is having two pumping system, the right heart and the left heart. The right heart is made up of the right atrium. So this is the general layout of the four chambers of the heart. This is not anatomical diagram, but it is the simplified layout. Heart is made up of four chambers. Two posterior superior are the two atrium, and anterior inferior are the two ventricles. Atrium, means the antechamber, and ventricle means the small belly. So the atrium, or I can say two atria. Atrium means the antechamber, that is the chamber before the chamber, and the ventricle means the small belly. So heart is made up of four chambers, two atria and two ventricles. The right atrium, right ventricle, the left atrium, the left ventricle. So this right atrium is receiving the deoxygenated blood. This is the body tissue, deoxygenated blood is coming in the right atrium. Deoxygenated blood means the concentration of oxygen is low, but not without oxygen. Always remember, when I say the deoxygenated blood, then the blood is having low oxygen concentration, but never without oxygen. So this right atrium is receiving the deoxygenated blood from the body tissues, and this blood from right atrium is entering in the right ventricle. So this is the lung level. The blood that is deoxygenated entering in the right atrium, and from right atrium through the tricuspid orifice, which is guarded by the three leaf-like cusps, entering in the right ventricle, and from the right ventricle it is pumped in the pulmonary trunk, then pulmonary arteries, and then in the lungs. In the lungs, the oxygen is entering in the blood, and carbon dioxide is leaving the blood. This is the lung. From the lungs, the oxygenated blood, after gaining the satisfactory level of oxygen, the blood is entering in the left atrium. So this blood is oxygenated blood, and this is entering in the left atrium. So this is the circulation, direction of circulation, and this blood was deoxygenated blood. From the left atrium, blood is entering in the left ventricle, the largest and the chamber having the strongest walls in the heart. The left ventricle pumps the blood in the whole body. So this blood is pumped into the tissue level. This is the direction of flow of blood. At tissue level, there is the exchange of gases at capillary level. So the oxygen is leaving the blood, And after metabolic activities and cellular respiration, carbon dioxide, which is the end product of the metabolism, is entering in the blood. So this is the general plan of the circulatory system by the heart. The heart is made up of 4 chambers, and the heart is placed obliquely in the middle mediastinum. The size of the heart and shape of heart is pyramidal, and it is slightly larger than a fist, clenched fist. Weight of heart in case of male, everything is larger in males. It is 280 to 340 grams, and in case of females it is 230 to 280 grams. The average weight in males is 310 grams. In case of female, it is 250 grams. The heart is having auto or rhythmicity. It is having some special tissues which can initiate and conduct the action potential. The rate of rhythm or rate of beat in heart is 130 to 150 in case of newborn, but in the children it is 100 to 130 beats per minute, but in adults it is 60 to 90 or 60 to 100. So the pulse rate or the heartbeat is 60 to 90 in adult. In case of newborn, it is 130 to 150 per minute in newborns. In case of children, it is 100 to 130 beats per minute. So the heart is pumping the blood using the 2 chambers. This is the right heart receiving the deoxygenated blood and pumping the blood in the lungs. This is the left heart receiving the oxygenated blood and pumping in the whole body. The heart is covered by 3 connective tissue layers. The heart is covered by the 3 connective tissue layers. I will draw the heart here. This is the heart having right atrium, right ventricle, left atrium and left ventricle. The initial part of the great vessels, and the heart is covered by the 3 layers of connective tissue. This layer, which is adjacent to the heart and adherent to the outer surface of the heart, is the layer of the serous pericardium. These 2 layers are the part of serous pericardium. The layer which is closed to heart and adherent to heart is the visceral layer. So this is visceral layer of pericardium, and this is the parietal layer